there, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, and vocation read for January and February 2021. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Pisces Moon as well. Markangelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, last reading of the series. I'm like I said, I'm a Pisces Moon. I love my Pisceans. So let's get up in this gig, shall we? Work, career, vocation, 3 levels of power in terms of your life purpose and spiritual path. It's not all about a job, right? What you do for work. I'll explain that as I go. But it's the 3 levels of power is the foundation of the spread. There is a link in the description box. You'll see it, Carolyn Myss, a lecture on 3 levels of power. An archetypal schemata, excuse you, that you can look at, or like a lens you can look through at different areas of your life in 3 levels of power. It's really been very helpful. I really learned about it first through an audio that she did, and then I just continued following up on it, and it's really made a difference. I've been doing work, career, vocation readings for myself as a self-employed person, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, as well as for many a client over the decades. So it's a little tried and true for me, but I like mixing it up with the different decks. So I'll explain all that as I go. Remember, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and check your other signs. All the decks that I read are always in the description box. I try and call them out as I go to give credit where credit is due. Otherwise, I just need you to kind of, if you can, both feet on the floor, right? Be here now, focus on your breath. Just makes it easier to really sense what's connecting with you and what doesn't. And that's not just for these readings, it's for anything, right? So ground and center, take a nice deep breath, and here we go. Keeping in mind that I might be in this reading, which I'm down for, work, career, vocation reading if it pops up. So let's see how we do. Oh, here we go, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of work, career, and vocation, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. 3 cards for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their work, career, vocation, perhaps our work, career, and vocation, January and February 2021. Please, for work, lower 3 chakras, how we survive in the world, physical power, the literal level of power. Career, our emotional thirst, our mental hunger, our passion, that which aligns us most with our soul and lights us. Personal level of power, mental, emotional power. And lastly, my collective pantheons, the 8th chakra. Our vocation, our calling, our spiritual power, the symbolic level of power. Please, 1 card in clarity. And we're done. We're going to clarify these with the 2 other decks. Oh, I have to always remember to say this. This is important. If you're new to the channel, the Caroline Myss archetype cards, which is what these are, you're kidding me, can be a little tricky. Oh, yeah, for sure. Can be a little tricky, a little triggery. They have shadow and light attributes of each one. So the shadow's what you kind of don't want to look at. And if you do know what it is and look at it, you don't want anybody else to. You keep it in the shadow. The light is what is being healed. Your work, your career, your vocation. Let's just do it. Because, okay, first card down, the mystic. Your work as a mystic. Now, this is a divine family archetype. I believe it also shares a space in the wisdom family. I work as a mystic. This is just ridiculous. So here we go. The shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. Now, have I been there? It's part of the journey, right? Certainly earlier on in my career dealing with gods and goddesses and stuff. But I've certainly seen it in the world. But here's the beauty. As delusional And, you know, Pisces, I will say, we can really be into the fantasies and the fantastic in that way. The light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. I mean, as your work in the world, that there is a mystical connection. Perhaps you're dealing with a mystic, but okay, they're redirecting. If you think of it as my trust in the divine to guide me through this time of uncertainty, which is another way of saying, guide me through this mystery of my work in the world. Pisces, it might just be that your connection to the divine, even down into your lower three chakras, your work, your career, your vocation, because we are the mystics of the zodiac. We're the final sign, so all 12 signs exist within us in that sense, right? In that journey. So to revel in intimate union with the divine, I mean, I know what that's like almost on a daily basis, because you see, I have to do that in order for me to do this work every day. Like, not just doing the readings, the clients, and you have no idea how many calls I get, you know, from friends and clients alike, just like freaking out in things. And so it's definitely, and not all I can say to them, but I know the best that I can do for them in that moment is to affirm to them that I am in the same mystery. We all are. This isn't personal. The world is going through this right now. It's all a mystery with me. So yes, the detective archetype is the thing, but this is the mystic. The mystic says, okay, intimate reveling with the divine love as noun and verb. That's the best I can give you in this moment, right? And from that, this trust to not solve the mystery, but endure it, knowing that you are loved by the divine, revels in intimate union with the divine. It's what we want that with. It's what we want with our lovers, our soulmates. Okay, so the servant or archetype in the interior world, right? The second level of power, the world behind your eyes. This is a healing family archetype. The shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. I'm self-employed. Have I used it as an excuse when really I just couldn't face it or get it together? Absolutely. Again, butterflies aren't born butterflies, right? They start as caterpillars, and there's a lot we have to eat through as caterpillars, wrap ourselves up, and then emerge, right? That's the process of transformation. But the light attribute, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Oh, my eye just went. Virgo has it too, and I'm a Virgo with a Pisces. That's why I always shuffle on camera, so that, you know, I'm like, let's put that in there and that in there. Wow. So that's exactly that. To be able to serve. Now, by the way, a career in that way, this really says that this might be where you make your money. This is where I make my money in this career part of it. My work, I'm an administrator. I'm a president of a company, right? So I get it. Like, this clicks for me. Now this third one we'll get to. Let's just move on because there's a lot more to hit the table. 6 more cards. The Trickster in the 8th chakra. Are you kidding me? The Trickster is the wild card. So we've got a divine family, a healing family, and a wild card. The shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity. A Pisces? Oh, how dare you? The light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Hello, nurse, right? There we go. Wow, I feel slightly naked. The divine, it's saying that the divine, the information, the inspiration, the guidance, the grace of the 8th chakra coming down into this, that this is about transcending convention, doing things differently, moving out of the stuffy. Now, if you've noticed, I bring a little sunshine to everything I do that way by that trickster thing, and it's Loki energy, but it's fun, if you know what I mean. It's Hermes, the trickster is, right? You know. but manipulating others through duplicity with the mystic. And like, if these were reversed, this is not the first reading where I said that, I don't remember which one it was, but if these were reversed, it would make so much more sense to me. They're not. They're not. So there's something here even about anchoring into the lower 3 chakras, that it's safe to walk this path and to serve with a loving heart, and know that you don't have to do it like everybody else, right? Transcending convention. Let's go. Let's keep going on Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Let's see what's going on the inside, how we're experiencing this. Please take a nice deep breath. Okay, my goddess is water. And the sign of Pisces. Please, 3 cards to clarify for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in our work, career, vocation, since obviously I'm all over this thing. Please clarify what's going on, what's our experience of this, the mystic in our work, like mystical work. Like, it's gotta be like such a specific person watching this, but so there you have it. The servant, please clarify servant in the career. Absolutely. I feel you. Okay, absolutely. Please clarify that servant for the Piscean collective in their career, their true passion, right? It says right there, delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. That, underline that, loving. And lastly, 8th chakra trickster, or vocation, they're calling transcending that. What's our experience of that? Okay. This feels really lovely. Let's just see. Hold that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so the mystic, this is great. It's in terms of creativity. It is the Leo card. Now these cards, your experience of it. So if there is a Leo in the picture here somewhere, then they're involved in the mystery. Another way to say that, though, is 5th house, right? What's your own Leo energy? Even if you have no planets there, look at that sector of your life, right? Creativity, good fortune, right? That fixed fire of literally creativity. Here, Chantico, she's forming loaves of bread and putting it into the oven so that it can bake, a fixed fire. So creative. I know this is going to resonate with a certain segment of viewers on YouTube that do sort of something like what I do for a living, where it's just, or another way of looking at that is that it's just such a mystery right now, and it's your faith in the divine that there is an ineffable grand plan. The great plan, would that be the ineffable great plan? That your creativity is inside of you, and draw from it. Like, it's okay. It's okay to be a mystery when you're in a mystery. It's okay to not know when you don't know, right? And that's what I think is going on here within your career. The servant with the 4 of blades, the 4 of swords. Now I know it looks like the 2, but there are 2 hidden under it. She's blindfolded, so I think rightfully so, Fiona Morgan calls this card deception. Usually self-deception. But I cannot escape from it either, because they're showing it to me, the traditional 4 of swords, which to me is about rest and meditation, right? So to make sure you are serving yourself, look, we all have to deal with shadow stuff. So really the shadow here, using lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. I mean, that does speak to a self-deception. Well, particularly if your career, you feel like it won't pay the bills. Trust your creativity, right? Trust you, take the journey, the mystery of your creativity, right? It's like, well, I would love to do that. And I want to serve with an open and loving heart, but the lack of money in it, I can't move forward with it. And gee, how many times have people said those words on planet Earth? It's part of the life path. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. It's all the psychological stuff. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Trickster with the Moon, a card of, yes, deep intuition and vision. There are 3 levels of intuition as well. Survival intuition, navigating the world, creative intuition, heart, third eye, crown. Oh, do I want to do this before it drops down and manifests, right? Then there's that visionary intuition. That's like, it's like satellite GPS stuff, right? That's cloudy. Oh, there is there, but of course, why wouldn't there be mystery, my darling? Not the mystic. This feels very leap of faith. We still got 3 more tarot cards to go down here, but it's tricky. You may have no idea what you're doing, but that's okay. You're not supposed to with the mystic, but that means there is a placement of faith, or let's say an alchemization of faith, more percentage gold than lead. Please take a nice deep breath. My gods of water and the sign of Pisces, please. I need 3 cards. Work, career, vocation for the Piscean collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus signs in our work, career, vocation. Please clarify what's going on the outside. Either something that we need to be aware of, or our own masculine energy, or how we appear from the outside. Maybe some of that, maybe all of that, please. January and February 2021. Please clarify. Work, the mystic, with Leo energy, which feels really lovely. I mean, if you can really just trust that your creativity is really going to pay off. But with the servant there, with the deception card, also the meditation, you know, the rest, that sort of thing as well. And lastly, with that trickster invocation, with Yemaya the moon. I love this with this card. It's like the path is always under our feet. But when you stand at a large body of water under a full moon, it is revealed to you, and you find that no matter where you walk, it's there, right? It's always there. It is that intuitive silver thread that particularly guides the Pisceans. I mean, this feels like goddess energy is really what it feels like with the Yemaya, the moon, and the trickster. Like Hermes and Diana. Okay. They really want me to keep shuffling. Please clarify, what does this look like on the outside, if we're even allowed to know? Because it seems like inside of us, we're in a mystery. One. You'll see. We'll get there. Okay, first of all, you got the lovers. Okay, here we've got some major arcana going on here. What do you see? Oh my God. The lovers. So major life decisions going on, right? In terms of it, like, it's not just a question of, I know people immediately think the lovers always has to do with romance. This isn't that. Unless you're in a romance with the divine, in which case you'll be fine, mostly. The lovers talks about a life-changing decision. This is the judgment of Paris. It is what kicked off, essentially, what came to be the Trojan War. They hucked a golden, Eris, the goddess of discord, hucked a golden apple into the reception of Harmonia and Cadmus, because she wasn't invited to the wedding, because who invites the goddess of discord to a wedding? Now, by the way, discord is the opposite goddess of Harmonia, who was the bride, daughter of Aphrodite and Ares. Well, she wrote on the apple to the most beautiful goddess, and these 3 goddesses went for it. Athena, Aphrodite, and Hera. Who says who's gonna get that? You want to get up in that? I don't want to get up in that, right? It's a big decision. So they bring Paris. They say the fairest man on earth to judge. Each goddess offers him something. Hera offers him power. Athena offers him wisdom, true wisdom, like to know everything kind of wisdom, almost oracular. And Aphrodite offers him the most beautiful woman in the world as his true love. Well, he gave the apple to Aphrodite, of course. Helen of Troy, Trojan War. Priam. Yeah. Tricky. Big decision here in the physical. I'm with you, but you got that mystic thing going on. Oh my God, it's like walking on water. The miracle walking on water to me symbolically is like, you don't have solid ground under your feet. Hey, we're Pisceans, we'll be fine, right? But it's that faith that lifts you up, that it's just, you're being carried as you walk. Holy cannolis. We got the King of Wands here. Look, if you're working with an Aries, Dylan Martinson, my Kindle editor of my book. Well, Words of Grace is coming out very, very soon. We don't know when we're getting more reviews in and stuff. We want to make sure it's right. I'm a Virgo, right? He's an Aries, right? So in the outside world, I mean, this is, yeah. But with that deception there, it really says that I don't want to say don't worry about the money of whether it pays off or not, that there's something worth doing here. I mean, yes, I may be over-personalizing that, but let's say this isn't a person. I know it's the King of Wands. It's the Aries card in this deck, right? It is saying that there is a great cardinal fire at work, great creativity, and great potential that maybe, and I'll make this plural, we are not seeing. See, I won't compromise myself financially if the divine really wants me to do something, but I've been doing this a very long time. My first metaphysical job was in a crystal store in Porter Square in the 80s, all right? You know, and give or take, I've always had that kind of sort of type of job here. So this is also self-initiation, right? This is saying from the outside looking in, we might very well be in our career pioneers, first sign of the zodiac, right? With that servant archetype, with that delight in serving, right? I get that. I'm also a Virgo, so of course I get that. We're the servants of the zodiac. But now here's the one, right? Didn't I say it before? The Fool card. Are you kidding me? That this is all about the leap of faith. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. We just have to take the visionary intuition. See, the thing about visionary intuition, that's the one everybody wants. Right? They think it's so very Phoebe Halliwell, like, right? Oh, another innocent to save. Blessed be Alyssa Milano. But what do you do with it, right? What is that? That's being able to see the larger picture. And if you don't have your creative intuition sort of in alignment, what are you going to do with it? And then even if you kind of know what you want to do with it, if the survival intuition is in alignment, So it's really, you start this way. It's like, all right, let me get these chakras in place. These archetypes really work on that. That usually stabilizes, right? This stuff, and then information comes in. And my darlings, there is a leap of faith here. The Fool card is not that, well, it's Dionysus. Number one, it's my personal patron. It's not the first card. The Magician is the first card. It's not the last card either. It is the 0. It is that pause before the leap where all potentialities exist in the quantum. Hello, nurse. That's twice. Let me put this all together for you, shall I? Take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, may the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that we need in our work, career, vocation, January and February 2021, that we may take the leap, knowing that inside of us we are being guided, but that we are getting the visionary intuition to do something way outside the box, that we may have the rest and the time we need to go within and see where we are not knowing the power that is in our delight to serve through our career, that we may be as empowered mystics, reveling in the safety of the intimate union with the divine as we walk the world with our creativity and making the most loving, wise, empowered choice. Heart, head, throat. Aphrodite, Athena, Hera, for our well-being and for the well-being of all. In fulfillment of the divine plan and our life purpose. So motivate. And so it is. My God, Pisces. They always save the best for you guys. I know there are readers who start other channels of specific signs who probably do Virgo and Pisces, but what fun that would be. Maybe someday. Who knows? Who knows, right? Absolutely. The mystic, the servant. So if you put this together, it'd be the mystic who's a servant and a trickster all in one. I think you can get away with that. Just keep it in the light. And keep the look nice and tight. Wishing you the very best. If you like it, like it. If you want more, subscribe, comment as you see fit. This is a wonderful read and a great way to close out the cycle. I love you, my mer people. Mer. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.